What's up, guys? Welcome back to Final Fantasy II on the NES. This is part 6. So let me go over what I've done here. Again, I didn't grind to get too crazy strong. Basically, you can check my stats here. Got a little bit more MP, got a little bit more HP. Magic-wise, I got Fire at level 3, I got Blizzard at level 2. Nothing crazy. Maria, I did pick up a Berserk for her, and that's not for the next boss, but the boss after. It absorbs all elementals, so having that will be nice. That's probably the last thing that I did. Just been casting magic with her, trying to, keep building her magic up. Guy, I gave him a fire spell, and I did grind it just a little in case he has to cast on a monster that has high armor. That way he's not just totally worthless. I went ahead and I picked up, the mithril equipment, which is just fighting battles, getting gold. But I picked up the silver body armor from Bafsk. Basically, it doesn't affect your magic as much as the mithril armor does, and it's way cheaper, so I highly recommend you do that as well. But everybody's got their mithril gear. Maria has leather gloves and mithril helmet in her standard setup. I did not farm I think it's a mage staff, which is a great weapon you can get, right now if you really wanted to, but I didn't grind that up. It allows you to cast under 5, I think. But yeah, I got Blizzard for my 2 characters I cast. I got 3 leather gloves, 3 mithril helmets, mithril sword for my character. I bought 3 mithril shields. I did pick up a mithril axe in Paloom. There were 3 silver cuirasses that I bought in Bast, and the Berserk Tome drops from the Magicians, the same enemies that would drop the Mage Staff. But that's really all that I did. So, to progress the plot, I'm not sure if we can talk to Sid just yet. Oops, wrong button. I mean, we could talk to him, but I don't know if he'll tell us what we need to know. So, I ask him about the Dreadnought, and he says, that oversized garbage scow. Airships aren't about how big you build them. Okay. So he's not going to tell us about the Sunfire just yet. Let's go ahead and make our way over to Bafsk. It was that town I accidentally went to in an earlier video. But yeah, I decided, I was doing the grinding. It took about an hour to get to this point, just so you'll know what to expect if you're not boosting it or speedrunning it or increasing the speed on an emulator. It'll take a little bit of time. It's a little bit of repetition over and over. I did get the Berserk Tome Lask, which is you just go north of Finn, and there's a marshy spot there. And basically, you just fight those monsters until you get a Magician, and hope he drops a Berserk Tome. But this is basically to cover us for the next 2 areas. I was kind of hoping that Fire 3 would have taken these guys out. It's crazy that I'm missing. Minwoo, I just had him do a bunch of melee attacks and support us with healing. I'm gonna have to keep my character's health up with everyone else's, because there is a bug that I was talking about in my previous video. The game corner guides that I linked there goes into great detail about those bugs. But basically, enemies they prefer to attack the middle 2 characters, which is unfortunate. Now, goblins drop a lot of money, for real. Like, you just need a simple spell to get them cleaned up. Luckily, she's going first. I'm trying to build up Blizzard for her so that we'll have that to hit certain elemental weaknesses that are weak to Blizzard. But yeah, how have you guys been? I hope you're having a great end to your week. It's Friday. We're getting a lot of rain and bad weather here. I'm actually recording this at about 3:48 p.m. Haven't been feeling too good. My daughter had to go have like a little minor operation. So it was kind of sudden. Didn't fully expect that. Where are we at? Is this it? You'll need a pass to board the Dreadnought. Well, that's what I'm hearing. We're with the rebels. You've got to destroy the Dreadnought. There's a rebel spy masquerading as an Imperial soldier. Go talk to him. It's got to be this one, right? No, that's Borgin. Work. The sooner we finish, the greater my glory. Is there a certain one? The Dark Knight. That's pretty ominous. I think there's like a little area. Yeah, it's down here. You know, I just can't remember, even though I played this back in November. We can goof off more with Lazy Borgin in charge. Oops. You didn't hear that. You're one of us. I had to keep my cover while the Dark Knight was commander. So you want to destroy the Dreadnought? I'm on your side. There's an entrance in the sewers up ahead. It leads to the Dreadnought. Good luck. Did he give me a pass? Can't remember. I think we may just fight the captain there and see if we can win. Gonna keep boosting up her magic. I don't know if we can take him on. I mean, how fun would it be to try though? I do wish I could speed this up a little bit here. To be honest, I probably should have doubled up with my character's magic as well. Now, Guy actually hits pretty hard. Like, he's got probably the strongest weapon. He's got the highest strength. To conserve magic, I'm just going to go ahead and do this right here. I'm doing decent damage, I think. With Berserk, we may can take down a captain. I don't know. They hit pretty crazy hard. Got a longsword. That's nice. Yeah, I didn't stream last night, unfortunately. I had to get up pretty early today just to make sure that I was ready to run her to the doctor. Let's go ahead and do a fire 3. Yeah. Hopefully that'll be enough. Yeah, Fire 3 elemental weakness is doing work. It may not seem like a lot, but that is a lot for multi-targeting in this game. Considering that it did 7 and 10 and 15 earlier on that one group of enemies. I hope there's not a treasure chest up there, because then I'll have to go get it. I'm going to let her hit that guy with Blizzard while we take care of these goblins. We got a nice preemptive strike. Perfect. Yeah, I still got to get that workout in the day. I've actually just been moving a little slower. Been kind of hungry, you know, when you're in a deficit. I feel like all I do is stay hungry. Which is okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's just like calorie deficit. Energy is a little bit in the gutter. Got that longbow. That's called cell fodder. The bow really isn't a great weapon for your caster. I know Maria starts with it, but it's got a lot of magical interference on it. And I know I'm using a shield and everything on her. But that shield is amazing. Andy's coming in here soon. Yeah. Hey, how are you? He's been sleeping this whole time today. But I guess now he is up and it is cat o'clock. He's down there underneath his cat tree. I don't know if you guys can see him. Kinda. He may jump up there and try and reach over. Definitely doubling up on the magic this time, just to make sure that we get rid of all of them. And these guys can just attack. 2 should be more than enough. But I'm hoping we won't have to grind or anything like that for a while. I'm hoping this will be just a sweet spot. I know it didn't happen, but those last two bosses could have totally, well, one was an optional boss. They could have totally killed me with a single hit on two of my characters there. And I'm worried now because I'm like, I've forgotten where you get the pass from. So I can't remember if that guy gave it to us or what, but we'll figure things out. That's the lack of carbs, you know, just mental fog. Now, antidotes, they sell pretty well too. Like, if you get antidotes while you're farming, you can sell those for 100 gold. That's pretty awesome. Totally got lucky there. What is that? Deadhead? I'm gonna go ahead and cast fire on everything. I mean, zombies are gonna be weak to it. I'll put my 2 attackers on these guys as well. I say 2 attackers. Minmu is definitely not an attacker. Yeah, it definitely, you know, this is kind of like the black sheep of the Final Fantasy games. It's different. The leveling is different. I highly recommend you guys check it out. Truthfully, it's a fun one. And I've never played it on the NES like I was saying, so this is like kind of worried about what bugs we're going to run into, but luckily Game Corner Guides has a great detailed breakdown on that, so I'm not too worried anymore. And holy smokes, that was a lot of damage. Considering that we could barely fight them earlier. But we were behind on equipment too. Like, if I'm being honest, we were just going in there with starting equipment pretty much. We didn't buy any upgrade. This is going to be the scary part. If we got to fight this guy, that's not going to be good. Yeah, come on. Get up here. Come on. Jump up here. You gotta jump. Ah, that's my leg. He did not stick his landing. That hurt. Oh my goodness, that hurt. Now you can't get up there behind the computer. You fools. Thought I'd return to Palamecia before the Dreadnought was finished. Surrender before it's too late. Consider my words. We will meet again. Ha! Serves you right. Well, I thought that was the captain. See, I can't remember it fully. Is there anything over here? Oh, there's a chest. That's where the pass is. Okay. I was like, I do not remember. This wasn't a bad dungeon at all. Hey, if they're all like this, I'm down. Just gonna wipe these guys out with fire 2, fire 3, whatever it is. I think it's fire 3. Just the raw amount of enemies in this game that are weak to fire 3, I feel like it's mandatory. Like, if there's one spell that you buy and grind up, it's gotta be fire. And if you get it strong enough, unless the enemy absorbs it or is resistant to it, even those that aren't weak to it, you know, it's just kind of neutral, it'll be plenty fun. Let's make our way back. It's a little bit more difficult when I'm holding Andy. Kind of playing with one hand here. This one is on cat duty. Alright, see, there's another antidote. You could totally... Trying to sprint, Andy. You could totally rack up on those antidotes that way. Just farming those mobs, which I farmed around Bafsk. You tend to get more enemy spawn there. And I feel like that was crucial. More enemies means more possible gold. And the gold tends to fluctuate a little bit. Yeah, he's been sleeping all day. He's been in the same spot. Once I got back from the doctor with my daughter, he was still in the same spot. Just wild. We joke around and say he's hard at work. He's got a what we call a Catbook Pro now. It's a heated laptop. Pretty much that just Dreadnought opened fire and killed everyone. But basically it just warms up and he lays on top of it because he likes to get on mine and do that. You need to blow the engine to destroy that ugly thing. Sunfire, that's what we're talking about. Airships are powered by sunfire. The Dreadnought is no different. Oh, he's drooling. Controlling sunfire is tricky. Let the flames get too high, then it'll blow up. Okay. Let's make our way towards Altair. Or does it show the damage here? In the more updated versions of the game, it actually shows the damage from the ship attacking. I always think it's more worth it. Yes, you could like buy an airship or buy a ship ride. I just think that, you know, gold is so hard to come by unless you farm tomes off of those mages, which is a way to get gold. One Berserk tome will sell for 5,000 gold, but it's hard to come by otherwise unless you're exploiting things like that. I don't want to say exploiting because it is something they drop, you know. It's not like it's cheat or anything. But if you're just trying to do it without that method, then fighting the encounters is probably the best way. It also lets you, you're gonna have to fight way more encounters doing it this way, and it's gonna let you build up your magic as well. I'm getting all the drool and all the purrs. I think we're picking up some seafood today, so that'll fit into the diet nicely, and I think Mr. Andy here, who's 19, by the way, if you've never seen him or never knew or watched any previous videos, he's 19. I think he'll try and do shrimp gate is what we call it. I had some shrimp on a plate one night, and he has a high chair at the table, so. But anyway, he snuck over and he picked up a shrimp like this, and then he just slowly turned around with it like, and put it down behind him like we weren't watching the whole time. This guy, this cat has got a human's brain, I'm telling you. He's very, very sneaky. And then when I went to take my thumbnail pictures, he just had to be in it. He loves a photo shoot. Oh man, that guy dropped no gold, but he did drop a potion. Oh, I forgot to pick up a Asuna tome in Bafsk. Probably want to get that on 2 characters, and if I'm being honest, I think you just want to get it to level 6 whenever you do a grinding session, because there's 2 types of, I guess, I'm going to call it Sunas. I know it's the Suna or whatever, but there's also like Basuna too, which is for status effects that only persist in combat. They don't persist outside of combat. But Asuna is for the ones outside of combat in this game. And getting it to level 6 will let you remedy any of those status effects, which is a huge quality of life deal. Can't sprint him. Having a pet. The Lone Goblin. This poor goblin, Andy. We even got a critical strike. Yeah, he didn't jump high enough on my leg, and there's just like claw marks everywhere now. Alright. Wow, we were right there. Come on. need a hand to play. I gotta hit the button. He's like, no, you're gonna pet me with that hand. Alright, tell you what. He's getting too drooly. When the love bug hits, he just starts drooling everywhere. Hey, Gordon's gone. Everybody's gone. That's weird. Also, the grinding that I did prior to this video, I highly recommend you do it at that point, but I did it. That way you don't lose Minwoo. He can be your healer, pretty much. And if anyone dies, he can also bring them back to life. Many were hurt by the Dreadnought's attack. My father's condition is worsening from all of the stress. Is there nothing you can do, Minwoo? It is my duty to ease the pain of the wounded. I shall remain here to watch over the king. I take my leave of you. Big Dumb Cat wastes no time in destroying the Dreadnought. Hey. I ask about the Dreadnought, she's like, I don't know. It only just eradicated everybody. I don't know what a Dreadnought is. So weird. King's illness is severe. There is little I can do. Every 3 years, they celebrate a festival of the flame in Kashan. The sunfire is passed to, what is that, Eagles torch, while its brazier is cleansed. The Dreadnought is a massive airship. It is likely they function similarly. Sid gave up all he had for his airship. His rank, his honor, his family, everything. Can I talk to the king? Too many perished in the Dreadnought's attack. Perhaps we should surrender. Scott sealed the gates of Kashwan Keep to protect the Sunfire in case they were defeated. You will need the Goddess Bell to break the seal. So it's always important to talk to the key people here. The whereabouts of the bell are known only to the Kashwan family. Okay. Is his name Scott or Gordon? I can't remember. I think I called him Gordon. My father's condition is improving thanks to Minwoo. Heard Scott and Gordon mention the bell. Oh, it is Gordon. The gates to Kashwan Keep open only to the voice of Kashwan are the sound of that bell. The bell rests deep within a cavern on the snow plains. Plan on going there? Only Gordon were here. There would be no need for you to risk such danger. Joseph knows the snow plains like the back of his hand. You should seek his counsel. All right. So with that little bit of story, we know where we must go. And what I'll do here is I'll rest. Actually, before you rest, you should look for anyone that's damaged and heal them up, which I don't have anyone. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal up, save here, and then when we resume in the next part, I'll basically be outside of Solomon where Joseph is. I'll just go over there to cut down on the walking. I'm trying to keep it more focused on the story while also keeping the exploration in the game. But yeah, I hope that covered everything about the grinding. I made notes over here so I didn't forget anything. Definitely recommend you go north of Finn, and if you really wanted to be prepared, you could pick up a mage staff too for your caster. They drop from the magicians as well, but getting the Berserk Tome, that's like a magical spell that's you're gonna use to the end of the game. And then not the next boss, but the boss after that we fight absorbs all elemental attacks, and he's got pretty decent defense, and it's really hard to get through that defense without critical attacks. Berserk level 2, or even, you can level up more, will help with that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great Friday. Get you some good food. Enjoy that time, and I'll see you in tomorrow's Shining in the Darkness video. Thanks. Bye.